In this example, we're going to solve the equation using the quadratic formula. First step, we want to make sure it's in that standard form where we have a 0 on one side of the equal sign, which we already have. And so then we want to identify a, b, and c, referring to that standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we're just picking out those number parts that are part of each of those terms. So in this case, the a, the number part attached to the x squared, that's negative 1. The b, the number part attached to the x, is 4, and the c is 1. And so we're going to just plug each of those values into our quadratic formula, which I'll write down here. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And so we get here x equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared, which is going to be 16. And so I'd actually recommend here just going ahead and squaring that on your own if you can, so that you avoid any potential confusion there, especially when b is negative, which it's not in this case. And minus 4 times a is negative 1 times c is 1. And then that's all over 2 times negative 1. So we have a negative 4 plus or minus a square root of 16. And then it's a minus 4 times negative 1 times 1, so that ends up being a plus 4 over negative 2. Continuing to simplify inside that square root there, we get a 20. And then the square root of 20 can be simplified if we write 20 as 4 times 5, as the square root of 4 is 2. So we get 2 square root 5. So that gives us a negative 4 plus or minus 2 square root 5 over negative 2. And then we can factor out a 2 on the top there. And really, if we want, we can factor out a negative 2. And that would make a 2 here. Since it's plus or minus already, if I factor out a negative, it's still going to be plus or minus. You might say, well, it changes to minus plus, which is technically accurate. But then that allows us to cancel those negative 2's, and we get 2 minus plus square root of 5, or 2 plus or minus square root of 5. Either way, we end up with the same two solutions of x equals 2 minus square root of 5 and x equals 2 plus square root of 5.